Hey everyone, my name's Chris Lambert. On this channel, we talk Kanye West, and today we're giving a little bit of an update on Ye's travels. Ever since he was suspended from Instagram, it's been low key, all quiet on the Western Front. I don't know how many times I'm going to make that joke before I stop making that joke, but Ye didn't, after his 24-hour suspension, come back like roaring, ready to go with things to say. Instead, he hasn't posted. We haven't seen him. Photos weren't appearing of him. He wasn't seen in Los Angeles. He wasn't photographed in any airports. There was nothing really going on into like where he was, what he was doing. Because even when he wasn't posting, he was still kind of present, right? There was a visual social media evidence of where he was going, what he was getting into. But for the last week, it's been very low key until today. There were rumors a couple days ago that Ye might be in London, right? This post was posted to West Sub Ever. Ye might be in London. Remember, it was posted here that he'll be performing there later this year. Could be related to that. It's from Dumois, though. Could be false. So right here, Kanye spotted in first class lounge at Heathrow. So Heathrow is the main London airport, which is actually really far from London, as a lot of airports are outside of the city. I always grew up thinking airports were like in the city that they were. It like blew my mind because I didn't fly for the first time until I was 20, I don't think. And then I realized like, oh, airports are often very far outside of the cities in which they're part of. It's a little bit of a drive. But we see this photo from earlier today, right? This is the Brussels airport. So this was 12:04 p.m. that AWAS here. I met Kanye West. I'm never gonna fail. Meeting my favorite artist of all time. The angels are really pulling for me, and just like so happy to have this photo with Ye. And you can see this also. I don't know. I guess that's like the walkway behind him in the airport. But he has this like coat on that has this pocket in front. And correcting Ye headlines pointed out, Kanye appears to be rocking the Yeezy Gap Balenciaga jacket that should be coming out soon. And in this photo, you can see the phone in this front pocket, though the material looks a little different, like on Ye. The pocket looks stranger, but he has his passport, so definitely international travel. It was reported last year that Ye had bought a place in Brussels. They had bought like a house, apartment, I forget which one it was, but that he had a place in Brussels and was going to be spending more time there. So it seems like maybe in the aftermath of everything, he just like went off to Brussels for a bit. You can see here Dina saying, y'all thought I was lying. I just said hi to Kanye West at the airport. And just this photo of the phone of Ye at a buffet line, which these are normally in the lounges at airports, which, by the way, you don't have to be first class. Like, you can pay like $20, I think it is, to just be in one of these lounges. So if you're ever traveling international and you have something like, 4 hours between flights or 6 hours between flights, and you have like $20 to spare, can often be a great deal just to pay the money and go hang out in the lounge. Especially like if you're going to eat at the airport anyway, it's all you can eat from like their buffets and things. They usually have some different food options. It's a good traveler tip. So just keep that in mind. But I think this is at like the airport lounge. So this might have been like Heathrow. This might have been Brussels, like somewhere. And they even have a TikTok video of it where just like bending down, like getting this photo with Ye or video with Ye. And I think there's an initial like, do you mind? Yeah. Like, do you mind if I take a video kind of thing? And then going up and being like, hey, and then him just being like, I don't know if it's because of the mask thing or just like secrecy that he pulled the code up. But I do wonder, this is kind of pure speculation. We don't know at this point why Ye's in Europe, but I feel like there's a trend that we've seen ever since 2009 when Ye interrupted Taylor Swift, right? That when the media reports start to really like gain an avalanche, as my cat attacks my dog, start to really like gain in momentum and like negative energy towards Ye, as they did when he interrupted Taylor Swift, as they did in 2018 and 2020. I feel like Ye tends to travel outside of America. And we heard this in some ways on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, right? The last song on the album is Who Will Survive in America. A lot of the album is a criticism or critique of American society and lifestyle and the double-edged sword that is fame in America, because you're given all of these things, but then you also have this microscope on you that's ready to just like burn you under the light of the sun, right? To focus the magnifying glass on you and strip you of everything that you've been given. So there's this idea of like the beauty of becoming famous in America, but also the twistedness of it, the ugliness of it. And he goes and doubles down on that in Yeezus, right? But it just seems like kind of getting out of the country at times is something that resets Ye or gives him like a little bit of distance and perspective from some of the media like rampage that goes on whenever that heats up too much. Like you may remember in 2009, he did it just like he went into self-imposed exile after the Taylor Swift thing. He spent time in Japan, he spent time in Italy, he spent time in Paris, and then when he like returned to America, it was to Hawaii, and he spent all that time in Hawaii. So I don't know if this is just in the aftermath of the Instagram stuff. He's like, you know what? I need to like get some space, and thus takes this like stealth journey to Europe. Or as this person speculated on What's Up Ever, like maybe it is related to the idea that he's going to perform in England or in London specifically sometime this year. Who knows? And then again, he did buy that place in Brussels, so maybe there's something else going on completely that we don't know. But I did think this was probably like a helpful thing, just in terms of with how the media had been growing, the outrage had been growing towards Ye, to just kind of get away from the like ground zero of everything and be in Europe for a while, I think is probably very helpful. So that's it for this video. Until next time, stay wavy and keep it loopy. Cheers.